And it looked like it was going to be quite a slow day, but then good old IFAB thought, let's throw in a blue card for a Thursday and see what we can get out of it. This is the new proposal, which is set to come out tomorrow. Top-tier competition excluded from initial... So there's going to be initial testing first at lower leagues. But here's the basis of it. Fouls that prevent a promising attack or dissent will result in a blue card, which will see that player removed from the pitch for 10 minutes. If you receive 2 blue cards, or a combination of a yellow and a blue, you'll be getting a red card. FIFA have come out and said, calm down, this is going to happen anytime soon. It's going to be tested at much lower league levels before we go anywhere near contemplating it's going to happen. But we may as well discuss it. Jan is here, Frank as well. Craig, you like this idea?
We might as well discuss it because it's getting quite a few of us a little angry with these muppets that run the game, because we're in a scenario where it's already difficult enough for the officials. They can't even implement the yellow and red cards properly.
Right.
Without... Most folks at home are watching in the stadium frothing at the mouth and want to rip the heads of officials off. This is a conspiracy. He lives 20 miles from Liverpool. He lives in the outskirts of London. He can't referee that game. So all these things where referees are making these decisions and they're getting accused of this, that and the next thing, and we're talking about the VAR decisions that are been right and wrong and the subjectivity of it. And before we know it, when we're still trying to get this correct and get it to a level of acceptability, these idiots are already, they've gone. They're lapping people around the track and going, I tell you what, never mind that. We'll keep getting the yellows and the reds wrong. We'll keep getting the VAR decisions wrong. We'll keep getting the communication wrong and all that. But we're going to sling another one in top. We're going to sling a blue card in. Because if you show dissent, you can get a blue card then and go to the bin for 10 minutes. If you show dissent, you get a yellow card. Guess what? That's always been the case. In fact, it's been tightened this season. If you waste time, you get a yellow card. If you're the goalkeeper, you're taking a throw-in, you waste time, you're given a yellow card much quicker this year than you were in previous years. So it is an absolute... No, I can just imagine the referees going, oh no, another layer that I got to deal with. It's just crazy.
Frank, what do you think?
I'm 100% for the blue card, and I'm 100% for that the IFAB copies what we can see in rugby. I follow and carefully followed the World Cup last fall, and I found that the possibility of putting somebody out for 10 minutes was a very good idea. I think in order to please maybe Craig and those who think that is not a very good idea to add something else, maybe we can get rid of the yellow card. Just ban the players for 10 minutes in order for him to calm down, and if he carries on, give him a red card. And like they do in rugby, don't let the guy on the field, the referee, deciding for the red card. I mean, why don't we copy which is, I think, for me, the best example rugby do? It works. They explain everything. They have no complaints about that. It's clear. It's agreed by everybody. And I think we should do the same.
But they don't have a yellow card per se in rugby, Frank. They have the yellow card, but it has a different...
It's why I say get rid of the yellow card. It's what I said before. No. Get rid of the yellow card. And just put the guy aside for 10 minutes. Then he comes back.
No.
Jan, your face is brilliant.
Well, first of all, it's good. We have 1 for and 1 against, and then we go to Norway. That is good. But I will start by saying, Frank, I think that one of the reasons football is so popular around the world is that we understand the rules, that we make it simple. And if you think back at Sheffield Football Club, the first football club ever, if they thought about the red, yellow and blue card, they were I don't think they would have invented football. That's point 1. But I would want to go back where Craig was, but this IFAB kind of meeting. Imagine they're sitting there. So half of them won't come in for lunch because they have a great lunch. So they come back. So they say, listen, we have 2 big problems in football. First of all, this VAR that we've done, good idea. It's too slow, takes too long time. We're waiting 5 minutes for an offside position. Yeah, okay, yeah, we know that. What about the handball rule? Nobody understands it around the world. The referees say something about it before every season. First game of the season, all rules are broken. Nobody understands it. There's no consistency. So I'm imagining this meeting. Then somebody will say, well, I have an idea. Instead of we try to fix that and try to get the fans on our side, why don't we put in another card? And then another say, we make it blue. That is a great idea. So 2 blue makes a red. A blue and a yellow will make a red. I mean, start by sorting out your problems. And Frank, I understand you're for it, but first we have to solve a couple of other things before we start another thing that will be complicated. Can you imagine if one player goes out for 10 minutes and then we have a VAR situation looking for an offside take 5 minutes? What is happening then? Is that going to be 15 minutes? This is so complicated that we have psychiatrists have to be referees. We can't have referees anymore. I mean, now, Frank, all due respect, you won the World Cup, but here you're wrong.
If they're going to want to change the name, it's not going to be football or soccer. It's going to be round ball or some softball or some balls up somewhere. Oh, well, let's have a... What do they do in Australia in the Australian rules football? It's a bit of an oval pitch. Yeah, I think we'll chuck it. Yeah, we'll change the pitch as well. The pitch, it's a bit boring. Why don't we just change everything?
3 times 30 minutes will come soon. That is just
and on top of that, what happens, by the way, you know, when players get sent to the sin bin for subjective decisions by the referee, right? What we've tried to get away from around the globe with this sport, with the subtle changes that have been made in the game in the last 25 years, 20 years, is to make it more entertaining. And I think we can pretty much all agree, out with this last 2 or 3 years of the VAR and the frustrations and the technology, the game has been more entertaining on the field, for the neutral, for the fan, for the viewer at home in the last 15 years than it was, say, in the 90s when we were playing. It has got better. When you start sin binning people, what will happen is, generally, as Frank's making the rugby point, is it's backs to the wall stuff. So, for example, Man City are playing somebody in mid-table or are facing relegation. They're already struggling to get out, and all of a sudden they have a man sent off to this stupid blue card in 10 minutes. What that is going to take for at least 10 minutes, any chance of a spectacle, completely out of the equation. And that goes against the grain of what the governing bodies have been trying to do to make it more entertaining. Now we have a scenario where if you go down to 10 men, what happens when a team gets sent off, Frank? When a team has a player sent off, not all the time, but generally, they retreat back to the edge of the box, apart from Tottenham this season, that is, and they leave one guy up front and they say, OK, try and beat us. That's not entertainment.
Okay, that's not entertainment. So I refer to what I saw with rugby, where I think when those kind of decisions to put somebody aside for 10 minutes didn't take like 5 minutes to decide to. So why football will take 5 minutes to decide to put somebody 10 minutes aside? And again, football evolves, as you just said, Craig. I think the last pass to the goalkeeper 20 or 30 years ago was a great idea to make the game being better. So evolvement of that made the football better. So you have to be open to any ideas to make it better. I think the yellow card is not a good idea. I think the blue card is a better idea because you can maybe think of finishing a game 11 against 11. But I don't agree with you by the fact that it will take like 5 minutes to decide to put somebody out for 10 minutes. That's untrue. I didn't see that for the rugby. Why again? You want to see that?
Yeah, but the rugby.
But I think now. Just Greg. I want to say I understand a lot of the changes that's been made. That was in the art of football. This is the back pass rule. I mean, whoever invented that, there should be a statue of that guy at every stadium around the world. Brilliant idea, good for football, you know. But the blue card kind of thing, and how we do VAR, and VAR. I mean, the VAR, I've always been a fan of VAR, everything that can make things fairer. But when I hear, and I'm a big fan of American sport, but when they start comparing our soccer with American football, where they stop and they used to have Michael Jackson and now they have Taylor Swift running amongst them at halftime doing all that. We don't do that. That is a different sport. It's not to say that our is better. It's just different.
No,
so when they say why don't we do the same, that we can listen to the referee, we can listen to the linesman, and that is that in the art of how we want our game. If the answer is yes, do it. But a blue card for me, Frank, is not. How will that make football better? That will only make it more complicated. There will always be a camera standing with this guy being mad, and can he warm up? Will there be an extra coach just looking for the guys in the sin bins and all that kind of thing? Is that the art of football?
I'm only doing it.
Okay, I understand. You play for Norway. You play in red. You play for Middlesbrough. You play in red. You're against everything blue. I understand that because you are exaggerating everything. Really, you are really exaggerating and trying to find, errors from having the blue card, and even you are putting ahead that the guy has to maybe warm up for 10 minutes. Again, take the example of rugby. They have VAR. They have kind of a VAR. They have that blue card. It works. Why don't we copy them? Are we that stupid that we can't copy rugby? Are we so simple in a bad way, in a bad determination or definition of the word simple, that we cannot do like rugby does? I'm very stunned by what you are saying and the points that you're putting ahead. I mean, it doesn't reflect of what we are capable of doing. I think it's an idea that we can go a little bit further to see if it works or not. I agree for one thing, get rid of the yellow card and put that blue card, because I think it will help the football.
We'll talk about
But we can't compare sport, can we?
Well, let's just talk, while we're on rugby, just briefly. The French were playing the Irish last Friday in the Six Nations, and they had a man yellow carded, Willemser, and it was for a high, dangerous head tackle, and then he was red carded for something similar after coming back on after the 10 minutes. The difference here is they use it in rugby for these dangerous tackles. So when you're challenging in rugby and it's with the head on head, they'll give you a yellow or a red if it happens a second time. If you back chat in rugby, which is what they're suggesting would come under the dissent, no, you don't get sent for 10 minutes in rugby.
But why would it not work? The referee knows what's being said.
We had that, Craig.
I'll tell you why.
If you swear at me as a referee,
you're yellow carded.
Sorry?
If you,
but does the punishment fit the crime?
Yeah.
Why should you get 2 chances to swear at me?
Well, you're sent off then.
But why should you get 2 strikes? You swear at me, you're going out for 10 minutes. Done. That's it. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
that will stop the dissent, surely.
But we have rules, Dan.
Exactly.
We, at the moment,
but they're not working yet. They're not working at the moment, are they? These rules.
No. So okay. Listen. If we walk through lives and if things not working, we just do another thing who's not working. I mean, what is that a kind of thing? We have to make sure that the rules that we are done now, maybe in the future, Frank, I don't want to be not modern and say maybe one day
we're not talking about handball. We're not talking about here yet. And here's the problem.
Let's sort out
there's a distinct lack of referees at the moment, wherever you are in the world, because nobody wants the abuse.
Right, that's abuse from the top. That's abuse from the sidelines.
Go on,
that's abuse from the sidelines.
Dan, we have the rules now.
But it doesn't work.
Just but then try to let them work instead of making another rule that doesn't work. Why should we do that?
If you're a player, you're going to think twice about telling the referee's an idiot if you're going to get sent off for 10 minutes and as opposed to just getting a yellow.
But you're saying you're saying that doesn't work. You tell me how it doesn't work, and I'll shoot your argument down. 50 years ago, you could say what you want. 40 years ago, you could almost tackle the referee.
No, you get a yellow,
30 years ago, you get away with murder. Gradually, you get away with less. Right. It used to be when Diego Maradona was playing and he went to Spain, and went to Italy, they might as well have come out with an axe and tried to chop his legs off.
Claudio Gentile.
And that's what went on then. It has changed, and it is working. What's wrong is the referees are not getting enough decisions correct. That's got nothing to do with sending people to the sin bin. Years ago, you could swear and cuss and scream at a referee in his face, "You!" And I've done it, right? But I did it because you get away with it. You can't get away with that now. It gives you a yellow. Now you're in a position, you're on a yellow after 20 minutes, it's a problem. And if people say it's not working, what do you mean it's not working? He's on a yellow. He makes a rash challenge, he's going to go off. Those are the rules. Why would you want to convolute those rules? The laws of the game have become more stringent and they're tighter than they have ever been. The problem is not that. The problem is the attitude and the reactions from, I'm not going to say supporters, but I'm going to say coaching staff to referees, players to referees. And when players do react to the officials, they're booked. But the big problem here is not a yellow, a blue and a red card. It's the fact that officials, in the main, are not getting enough of these big decisions correct. That's got nothing to do with talking back to your referee. You talk back to the referee, you get a yellow card. That's simple. And then you've got one strike left. And that's always been the case. In fact, it's not always been the case. It used to be you could have as many strikes as you wanted. You almost had to tackle and assault the referee to get a yellow card.
Craig, that's really true what you say, and I completely agree. And the fact that some players think they're allowed to abuse the referee should be severely punished. And I was the first one. And because I knew that the ref wouldn't say anything, I was pretty hard on the referees. And I many times deserved the yellow card they never gave me. But like some corner kicks, when we see players pulling other players, they don't apply the rules. You know, you were talking about that free kicks. Like, for example, we had a free kick and somebody was complaining, you put 10 yards ahead the free kick. It was a rule. It was a rule before. It happens. It worked. But it disappeared. How come? I don't know. You complain. At least if I don't want to give you a yellow card, I put 10 yards ahead. It works. And it worked.
Frank,
it doesn't exist anymore.
One second. Here's where this falls down. Right? Here's where this falls down. In any given period of a match, say four players from a side make 4 rash tackles in the space of 10, 15 minutes. Every one of them can be given a yellow card, correct? Is that going to affect the game per se at that point? No, it's not. How are you going to police these ridiculous blue cards if we have 3, 4, 5 incidents within one half? Are we going to send them all?
I have
Are we
the
going
answer.
to send 4 players to the sin?
But boys, can I say something? But first of all, we know now, we understand that where we stand on this. Well, we have to be a bit sober when we discuss what has been done. The refereeing is getting better. There is better flow in the game. I'm born in '67. I remember '82 World Cup when they kind of kicked Diego Maradona out of the World Cup. There are some good rules here that is going well, and we have to respect the referees for doing that. But I still see that all these kind of subjective ways that the referee got to do out there, that has nothing to do with VAR. That is about the referees making a decision. Why should we make it more complicated for them? And that's why I go back to the art, Frank. And that's why I don't care. They probably will say we need a green card as well because of sustainability or something. That will be anything
We've got one of those.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But how many? I've got to do this. I've got to do it because we brought it up. How many people can be sent?
All of them.
To the sin bin.
Everyone can go in the sin bin.
So if IFAB come out and say, no, they can only send 2 people per half.
No, it's going to be everyone. Otherwise, you
Yeah, but
can't put a cap on it. We've already had 2.
I'm sorry.
It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Craig, I'm sorry, but if you have your teammate on the sandband, will you do a stupid tackle to join him? No, you refrain yourself. You're going to think twice, and you say, well, otherwise we're going to be without 2 players.
Frank,
so it's like a yellow card.
Right,
you're going to calm down.
We've done it. We've had 2 sin bins worth of discussion on this. 20 minutes already. That brings us...
There's only one person going to the sin bin. It's the Frenchman.
That is it.